What's up, Capoeira World? I'm your host, Instructor Kashishi, and today I'm very, very excited because I have the pleasure to have an amazing capoeirista, and I'm sure he's a big motivation for you as well because he loves moving, and you can tell by the love he has for capoeira just for the way he pushes himself, teaching us through videos and everything. So he teaches us how to enjoy ourselves with our body movement, capoeira, and everything. And I would love to introduce you to Mestre Xuxo.
Hello, everybody.
Oh,
Hello,
hello.
all the movers around the world.
Nice.
Thank you for
Yes.
that
Thank you.
beautiful
Thank you. Thank you for giving me the
introduction.
opportunity.
Yes, words are powerful.
Yes. Capoeira always bring people together. That's why I love this so much. And all right. So I know that you're in Brazil right now, right? And you're
Yes, I'm
teaching or
Brazil right now. Right. Yes, he is. Normally when I come to Brazil, it's more for holidays. But this time I decided to come to stay a bit longer. I'm going to stay for 2.5 months. So I'm going to be teaching a lot here this time. And also, I'm
oh
hosting a workshop. I'm hosting an event as well for my own school. So there are people, international people come from around the world. Maybe 10 different countries come here. So it's going to be a nice event as well.
nice, beautiful. And so I'm sure out there there are a lot of people following you on social media, and I'm pretty sure you are a big example for people that are starting capoeira and people that are already being on capoeira for a long time. So how people can find you on social media or any way of contact you.
Uh, in the social media, if you write Endure Self Movement, like Google, right? You just Google Endure Self Movement or Mestre Xuxo, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, you're going to find me there.
Oh,
Definitely. Mestre
nice.
XUXO.
Oh, perfect. So we're gonna go there. So what were your first steps? I would love to know how you started in capoeira. Where how were your first steps into capoeira? What was the beginning of your journey?
Oh, that's the question which I'm having right now for my parents. That's why I'm in Brazil because I'm writing my first book
Nice.
for the documentary, and I have no memories. How was my first capoeira steps? I have no memories. But that's why I'm in Brazil, especially to interview my mom and my grandmothers.
Okay.
And so they're telling me that in the very early age, my father was already like trying to putting me like a standing position to do gymnasts, and I was just a baby. Couldn't walk. But from I started capoeira when and from my 3 years old, I really remember like almost everything that have been happened to in my career as a capoeirista back then.
Okay.
It was I mean, it's difficult because if you're in Brazil, you wanna have fun, you wanna play, you wanna be like in the streets,
Yeah.
and so
Playing
it's
soccer.
difficult. You play soccer, no? Of course, but then if your father is your master, there's no chance that you stand in the street. There's no chance. It
Nice,
was
nice.
quite tough. Was quite tough. But I have no much memories. I just remember uh, I was enjoying a lot myself to go and training until my father decided I have to train maybe for 10 or 12 hours a day. And then I lost complete that pleasure of being around like so much people sweating, training, all the guys there, and I'm the only kid. That was super tough. But then I think there is like is a it's part of my.
Yes. All right. So and how do you have any memories of how do you got the Shusho nickname?
Yes, shushu means nice,
Okay.
like Billy, and that name happened very organic because I was the one that used to call people shushu because I always forgot the name of the people. So everybody for me was Xuxo. All my students, I used to call them Xuxo. Hey, Xuxo. Hey, Xuxo. And then by time, people start calling Xuxo. And I think one of my events, my students, they print me a T-shirt written Professor Xuxo or Instructor Xuxo, something like this, long time ago. But the capoeira community was already calling me Xuxo
Huh.
before I get, before I even put the name in the shorts and play the song. It happened very organic, super organic. Just like my capoeira school, just like the yourself, everything happened very organic. Because
Nice.
the capoeira, this capoeira name is just really something has to do with you, your personality, and it cannot be a fake. And so the
Yeah.
Xuxo really fits me. Even my family calls me Xuxo sometimes. My mom.
That's funny. So you shoo everywhere, like a home, a capoeira
Yeah.
everywhere.
Um. Only when I do something wrong, then my father called me William, and they're like, "Oh shit, I did something wrong."
Like, oops.
That's the thing.
It's kind of funny, like sometimes how our nicknames becomes like our names, like
Oh
actually
yeah,
our
yeah.
names.
It becomes your work. It
Yeah,
becomes
yeah, exactly.
very natural.
Nice, nice. And which group do you start in capoeira?
Uh, the group calls my father's home. My
No, that's a good one.
There was the group. There was nobody there. My
Uh,
father's been part of Cordão de Ouro. My father was part of Cordão de Ouro and the Vulcão Negro. Because before in Cordão de Ouro, when you became like a teacher, you had the right to do your own group. So my father had a group called Vulcão Negro,
oh,
associated to Cordão de Ouro. But, so yes, if I put a name, there is Cordão de Ouro, definitely. I studied Cordão de Ouro. Even though for me back then name was not important and I didn't know about the name stuff, about the group and about hierarchy of capoeira. I was just a kid. So
yeah, yeah.
I started, but it was under Cordão de Ouro because my father was, he is still Cordão de Ouro, João Negro from Mestre Xuxo from the line of 1988.
Oh wow, wow, that's amazing. I think that was I was 2 years old by then.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's
We have the
amazing.
same. Yeah, yeah.
That's amazing. And so what keeps the motivation? How of course the love for capoeira, but how do you keep the motivation to keep pushing yourself every day? Because I see yourself on social media every day, and I'm a big follower of yours, and I see that you always training, you never stop training, which is amazing. And how do you keep the fire going?
Mm. I think and somehow and somehow I try to become my own motivation. I always tell like this: inspiration, you can have thousands of inspiration, but motivation, it's yours. If you don't have the motivation, you if you don't create the motivation, you cannot keep moving forward. And for me, what motivates me a lot is that uh, I have my mission as a human being in the world
Yeah.
is no longer about me only. It's about others. So I just to see people very motivated, very inspired to feel lively through movement, music, art. That somehow pumps up my energy to keep teaching, to keep traveling. It's not easy. Sometimes I have to do 2 countries one day. Sometimes I do like 6, 7 countries one. It's definitely not easy,
Yeah.
but it it's it pays off. It's really worth. It's really worth to always keep traveling, get to know different people, different arts. I'm so lucky to be able to. When I travel, I don't travel right now. I don't travel for capoeira mostly. Most of my travel is for shootings
Okay.
or for the enjoy yourself movement. And so I was super lucky to be able to discover different people, different backgrounds from hip hop, from from music background, from contemporary things, and so
Nice.
they open my mind so much to keep motivating myself, inspiring myself to keep moving forward, to keep training. It's difficult because the jet lag is hard. The malnutrition. I'm very strict with my nutrition,
Okay.
and so uh, it's difficult to travel in capoeira because most of the capoeiristas are not so aware about the nutrition, right?
Yeah, yeah.
They are not aware at all, and I'm like 100% aware about my nutrition, about what I eat, because I have a brain disease.
Okay.
I have an MS, and so I cannot just do it, whatever people believe that's good for me.
Okay, okay.
So once I can feel in my inner world of energy and good nutrition, then I'm able to explore more my outward through movement. To
Oh,
keep
wow.
moving.
Okay. So
Uh,
you connect pretty much everything.
yeah, I have to. I think I think if we don't connect ourselves to what it is around us, we're gonna end up completely alone. I think we need to connect ourselves to everything around us, good and bad, and try to take the best of it.
That's
You
true.
know,
That's
I
true.
I,
That
I see in that way. I see in that way.
I like it. I like it a lot. I'm pretty sure there are going to be a lot of people is going to believe that too, because I think that's amazing.
Yeah, when I see, especially like when you have MS, right? When you have MS, is you see all the people around you, in the wheelchair.
Yeah.
Some people are giving up. So it's difficult for me. I lost my vision, right? I lost my vision, the right side.
Okay.
But even though I'm still like many people from around the world, they don't know that. They don't know. They see me play, they see me moving, but they don't know how hard is it for a mover that has multiple sclerosis to keep training, to keep motivating. Fatigue, the pain, the legs.
Yeah.
But our life is just once. And it's just
Yeah.
once. And for sure, we didn't come here just to get sick and die.
Oh,
Or just eat and sleep and work. So that's something. That's something beyond. We need to ways to see where we are, where we want to head to, and everything we need to get to that point,
yeah.
and pay our price. And that's the price that I think that's worth for me to pay to inspire people one day in the world.
Oh, yeah. I'm pretty sure you are inspiring a lot of people, and even myself. I
Oh,
see that. Yeah, and it is very inspiring. And I'm sorry for my ignorance, but I don't know what MS means.
MS is a it's a disease where your immune system goes down, and the body
Okay.
starts to attack yourself, destroying your system, your nervous systems. It's pretty bad. It's
Oh,
pretty
okay.
it's
Okay.
pretty bad.
Okay. I'm sorry to hear that. And capoeira always is gonna feed you with positive energy.
Yeah, it happened when I got diagnosed. I was playing for Professor Gugu. Maybe you guys know him. I was
Yeah.
playing
Yeah.
for him in Austria, and then suddenly I got blind. And then after the game, I went to the hospital,
Oh,
and
wow. Okay.
they kept me in the hospital, and went through a lot of exams, and they said, "Man, you have multiple sclerosis." I'm like, oh my gosh.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
but it doesn't stop us. Huh? It
Y-
doesn't stop us.
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes we can use that as a motivation to keep pushing ourselves too.
Yeah, I always try to understand. Uh, it's not about like why they pick me, but I always try to see like what can I do with that.
Yeah. 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 And I'm 100% sure out there you are motivating
Yeah.
a lot of people. I'm 100% sure.
It's just like a movement. Sometimes you do a movement, right, and then you just crash, and then you give up. No, I think instead of you give up, try to see what can you learn from the crashing, like what the
Yeah.
crash trying to teach you. That's like you become like once you get certain level in capoeira or in movement, you can call yourself as an artist, right? As a
Yeah.
capoeirista. So there's no for you. There's no longer right. There's no wrong. There's only possibility of creation, of creativity.
Okay.
So
Oh wow, I
you
like that.
crash, so once you crash, it gives you an opportunity to create something else. You know,
Oh wow, I like that. I
and
really like that.
so we can take that example.
I'm sorry.
So we can take that example, the crashing example for the movement to our lives. To our the whole of the world, the life.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. That's true. I see capoeira that way too. You get a hashtera, you get up, shake your pants, and go back to
Yeah.
the berimbau.
Uh, I always say that to people against the hostility of the world is a whole of life.
Oh, that's true. Oh, I like that one. I really like that one. See, now you have a shirt there. I like
Uh,
that one. That's
uh,
nice. And so all that comes with training, or all the abilities that you have right now comes with training. Isn't there any specific way that you train, or any specific exercise you do, or like how many times per week do you train? Even your like flexibility, like to be flexible with your back. You're pretty super flexible.
okay, okay. I think so. I try to see what do I need to live every single day, right? So I need to eat, I need to drink, I need to sleep. So these
Yes.
three things very fundamental for me to live. And the other question: what do you need to keep and become a great capoeirista, a great mover? You need to train, to dedicate, and to overcome. Right? So
Nice.
the daily life needs for you to keep alive as a human being is also necessary for you to keep motivating yourself and to keep learning, improving as a capoeirista, as a mover, as a dancer, as an artist, whatever. So that those are the principal alphabet of the capoeira, which you need to spell every single day from A to Z, the
Yeah.
base, right? So I try like today. I arrived here super tired, but then I say no, I need to train at least 2 3 hours, even though I'm so tired. So with my brother, we trained here. We went to run outside. We come back. We train again here. I
Nice.
train every day, every day. I can even show my mobile phone. I have my alarm set at 6:30 morning. So
Okay.
I wake up. I do my training before the breakfast, and then I go maybe till 10. So I do my first morning training. So I try to keep like all together if I can, maybe 5 hours if I can, 5 6 hours. It's difficult because the life is very very rush.
Yeah.
And so sometimes people think that I train a lot of acrobatics, that I train a lot of crazy movement. No, I don't. I just try to be sure that I'm able to make the movement anytime I need.
Okay. Okay.
So for
Okay.
that,
I like that.
you know, uh, even though our brain don't forget the movement, but our body might need to get into adaptation again. So if you keep your body always adapt,
Yeah.
always you are able to make the movement anytime you want. So then I practice maybe once or twice a day the movement, but I don't practice the movement itself all the time. Repetition, repetition can improve a lot of subconscious, right? But
Yes.
when you exercise the same movement all the time, that can increase your physical issues. It can give you physical issues like problems, physical problems, right? So if you do the same movement all the time, you're gonna hurt yourself.
That's true.
So I try to see what do I need for my body. Okay, so I want to learn handstands. For the handstands, I need to have a good shoulders, good wrists, a good breathing understanding. So I have
Okay.
to work mobility for my wrist, my shoulders, right? Rotation. So if I want to learn a back flip, so I need to make sure that my bridge, my back bending is working well. And so all these kind of things. So I try to break it down as much as possible to improve more those little details
Yeah.
before the movement happen.
That's
So
awesome.
it's very important. I see many people they want to learn like a backflip and they go straight to the backflip and they get hurt.
That's a very good point. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people like that.
And so sometimes people say, okay, 10 jogador de capoeira and 10 capoeirista, right?
Yeah.
I'm not against those one things like that, but why cannot be both?
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
So why cannot be both? So jogador de capoeira will be the one that just worry about train, right? Train, dedicate themselves for train only, eat healthy, maybe uh, take care of themselves. And capoeiristas are the one that live the art form, right? They live for the art form. They they play capoeira anytime they beat about calls. They do. They're able to be in capoeira world anytime is necessary. But sometimes your body cannot be there for you,
That's true.
and you need to understand and see that. Otherwise, gonna be sick like I was. Now I've trained like crazy, 10 hours a day. Train. No, we are human beings. We're not a machine. No,
That's true.
we are not. We're not machines. So sometimes you need to respect. I won't say your limitations, but you need to respect your needs, right? So you live in that body, right? You live in that body, and if you wanna play capoeira, if you wanna move, you need it, right?
Yeah.
So you feed it. You have to feed it and understand it. Talk to it sometimes. Like, okay, so body, what do you need? How can I help you? So when I'm training, I'm very aware about these things. Okay, what I'm what I train today. That's the hardest thing sometimes when you train alone, right? Because if you travel a lot, you have no partner to train with you. And teaching, it doesn't mean training, right? Teaching is one thing, training is something else. But then to train alone, you need motivation, and
Yes.
sometimes you even need a topic. A topic. So what should train? So sometimes as a capoeirista, as a mover, as a whatever, you need to understand uh, which kind of movement your body is digesting today.
I'm sorry, you breaking up a little bit.
Okay, sorry. So sometimes you as a capoeirista or as a mover, you need to understand which kind of movement your body is going to digest.
Oh, okay.
You know,
Yeah.
like it's just like food. You can do whatever you want, but it's not all the food your body is going to digest. Movement is the same. You can do whatever you want, but it's not all the movement that your body is going to take it.
That's true.
You know, so what your body is ready to take it today.
Okay.
So you have to. This is about you yourself. You have to feel it. Right? I want you to have to feel it, but as I say, it's just like food. You have to try it. So you try something here, try something there. I'm getting more feeling to that today. So today, then you're going to work. So today, I want to run. So you're going to run. Even though you have a schedule, right? If you have a schedule, uh, I'm going to show you here. If you look there inside the fridge, you see the paper there?
Okay. Yeah. 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 I see it.
So that's my schedule for this week. My
Oh,
week,
that's
right?
awesome.
So I'm going to run for 60 minutes and then I do my sit ups, my push ups, mobility, and blah, 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 and so on. So my week is the first 10 days in Brazil is physically tired, is prepared. I know what I'm gonna do. But maybe during that training I feel something else. If I feel like the hand spin, and the hand spin is not written in the plan, but I
Oh, okay.
take it and then I just do. But if I feel like it's not the day of practicing handstand or hand spin because I'm getting hurt, then I'm not gonna do it. It
That's
wants to
true.
make that's not gonna be make it's not going to make me less or more capoeirista. Actually, that's gonna be more stupid. You know, if you
Okay.
hurt, if you hurt, don't
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
That's true.
just
That's a very very good point. I really like
uh,
this, and I'm here like a little kid. I'm absorbing everything, and because I've been struggling a little bit with this, like how to find that motivation. And I now that you tell me all this, or like you telling us all this, is really really awesome.
yeah.
How you kind of like get to that realization of like, oh, that's actually true, you know?
There's for me there's two very important points for the motivation to make it happen. There's one thing called purpose, purple, like the purpose of what, whatever, And the
Okay.
second is the commitment,
I'm
right?
sorry. The
So
second
if
one is what?
the first thing is to have a purpose, like what you want,
Mm-hmm.
right? Second thing is the commitment.
Okay. Okay.
I think the commitment is the main key for you to always keep motivating yourself.
Yes. Yes.
But
You gotta
right,
follow through.
you're right. It's super hard. It's very difficult to keep motivating yourself.
Yeah.
But man, is if you look, if you look around you, like this message goes to all capoeiristas around the world. If you look around you in your work, and then you ask yourself, how many people there can do a handstand? How many people there can do a ginga? How many people there can do a martelo, pré-brimbal, sing la 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 la? How
Yeah.
many people can do these things? None of them, and you can do it. So that means that you have something very unique and something very very special in the top of everything. Of course, it doesn't make you more, it doesn't make you less than anyone else, but it gives you the possibility to see that you had the possibility to learn something more as a human being. And if you improve that, you're going to be able to teach someone else. Why? Because that's making you happy. So why cannot share happiness? And the happiness just this, of course, you cannot see, right? You cannot see, but maybe people can feel it while they watch it, or while they learn something from you. So if their movement makes you happy, so then let's try to share that with some other people as well. So I think once you see yourself on their way, like how good you are, I think that's always gonna give you the motivation to keep moving forward and maybe inspire the others, because everybody can become inspiration. Inspiration for many people, right? So how many capoeiras around the world is doing that what you're doing at this time, at that moment? Not
Yeah.
many. So you're doing that. So you have something very special. You thought about something very special. There's a huge process that can become a motivation for you and inspiration for many others. So we have to start seeing ourselves as the main tool for motivating to inspire ourselves.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I really, really like that, and I really appreciate like you sharing all these. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people out there that are going to listen to this, they're going to take it, and I really, really hope uh, they can take advantage of these kind of advices for people to start motivating themselves.
Yeah, it's important. It's important.
Yes,
When
and
I,
I'm sorry. Go ahead. You break up a little bit.
ah, go ahead, go ahead.
All right. So now, do you think um, breaking down the movements or like breaking down the conditioning is like a really good way to for you to prepare like your body, right?
I think it's not about the breaking down. It's about understand.
Okay. Okay.
Breaking down just gonna give you like more amount of movements. It's not about breaking down. It's about understand.
Okay. I see what you
About
mean.
what you're doing. That's it. Better they move is to have direction.
Okay.
You
Okay.
know, so you're moving, but where are you heading to? Where are you going to? Like you're driving, but where are you going? You need to have direction. You have to build it. You have to build it up. So what is your goal? What
Okay.
is your goal? What is your goal in capoeira?
Yeah.
What is your goal? What is your goal? What do you want to learn from capoeira? What are you expecting? Once you
Okay.
sign capoeira, you're expecting something. Maybe lose weight. Okay, let's go for it. Maybe have fun. All right, let's go for it. Right?
Which and there comes the first rule that you just said, which is the purpose.
Yes, yes. It's
Okay.
like when I talk about dimensions, right? When I talk about dimension of capoeira, dimension of art, I always say, okay, the first dimension of art is me, myself, and I, right? So it's about me. It's about what I'm doing, what I want from it, why I'm here, and then from there go straight to the second dimension, which is about the others. Why that person is here? Why capoeira can be so important for the other person? Why learn that. Why is this person? It's always about the second person. And once you have the answers for that, you go straight to the new babe born, which is the third dimension of art. Capoeira, right?
Yeah.
How, what can we create together? How far can we go together? What are we doing here together? How, let's make history together. So, and then you go straight to the fourth dimension and you connect yourself to your surrounds, to the musicality, to understand, to the feeling, to the purpose, to everything around you, right? Connect
Yeah.
yourself to the piece of capoeira, to the whole beauty of capoeira, and then you go straight to the fifth dimension, which cannot share with no one. It's called the magic, right? It's yours. So you're fighting for that fifth dimension of art because once you reach the fifth dimension, it's all yours. But for you to get there, you need someone else, right? So this
Yeah.
five dimension in art is very important. You, the others, us, history, everything surrounds you, and the magic of capoeira. So I think this is a very important thing to think about. Which dimension are you right now?
Okay. That's awesome. That's
What?
awesome. You gave me a really good homework right now. Yeah. Yeah. That's awesome. I think I'm gonna go to bed like thinking all these. This is awesome. I really like all this information. I think is awesome. Is awesome, and I appreciate a lot all the information.
Nice, my pleasure. My
Yes,
pleasure.
yes. And do you have any event coming up? What kind of event do you have coming up? Yours or any other workshop you are teaching, or what are you
I
doing?
have all my friends. It's complicated. when, when I talk about the event, I'm teaching I'm booked the whole year. Actually, the whole next year I'm going to be teaching. But there's some main events. I have an event called Endure Yourself event and the Endure Yourself Movement Coach. It's two events, right?
Okay.
And so the Endure Yourself Movement Coach is it's not about capoeira, it's about movement itself. So we have different artists like Be Born Again and MC Cada, also gonna be part of it. Leticia and some other people. So they are great artists, dancers, and they have different backgrounds. Sorry, they come from they have own capoeira backgrounds, but then the the, the life itself shifts them to different dimensions.
Okay.
One went to music, another one went to hip hop, another one went to contemporary dance. But the fact they have the capoeira hang-ups, the
Oh,
capoeira back,
cool.
it gives them a different taste, right? A different taste in their movement. Spicy, right? So I bring those people to my event, to the movement, to share their experience and learn from each other. And now for the first time in Europe, I'm doing an Enjoy Yourself movement event specific for the capoeiristas,
Oh, cool. Okay.
right? So I did our introduction. It happened 2 weeks ago in Austria. The next one is going to happen. It's going to be quite nice event on the 5th, 6th, and 7th of July in
Okay.
Austria. It's going to be a very nice event. And so I've been very carefully, like, when to with my movement, so it don't affect the capoeira.
Okay.
There are few to do with capoeira that it can affect capoeiristas, and a few things that can affect capoeira.
Okay.
So very carefully with the movement, with your ideas, your philosophy. You don't hurt capoeiristas, and you don't hurt or don't affect the capoeira, right?
Okay. Okay.
So I that's why the yourself movement coach has nothing to do with capoeira. It's more about movement and shootings, documentary. Like I was in Africa doing documentary about how the music influenced the human being development. It was super interesting, very nice. And so when I go there, it's no longer shoot, just the enjoy yourself movement going there. But
Okay. Okay.
right, so I try to bring the capoeira into them. When I work for Lululemon, I try to bring the capoeira to them, even though I'm not teaching capoeira, but I try to bring the capoeira to them. But when I came to capoeira, I try not to bring all those arts to the capoeira.
Okay.
at once because it can talk to people. But now they enjoy yourself, and Mestre Xuxo is becoming one thing, right? So
Okay.
now a bit more freedom to express my thoughts about capoeira and about art and movement. Doesn't matter where I am. If I'm in capoeira workshop, if I'm a dancer. So now I'm trying to bring more this idea about be more aware uh, about how you teach yourself to become a great capoeirista and
Okay.
a great capoeira. I think about adaptation, right? So capoeira has a why capoeira has right and wrong. Why that?
Okay.
Why capoeira has right and wrong? Capoeira comes out of freedom. So capoeira has right and wrong because capoeira always looks for things and things,
I'm sorry, Capoeira is
right?
looking for what?
For the sense of what they're doing, and everything else doesn't make sense. The second has right and wrong. So nobody's gonna be rolling the floor because it makes no sense.
Okay, okay.
Okay, that's wrong. Okay. So nobody gonna be like doing movement in freeze harder because it makes no sense. So they're gonna classify it as something wrong. But it doesn't mean that we cannot practice. It doesn't mean that it's roll on the floor.
Oh,
Right?
okay, okay.
Floor it's where it's all our break our chains, right? Is in the floor, is in the ground. So here's a capoeirista. I don't know how I don't know your vocabulary when you talk about the ground movement, but many capoeiristas, when you put them on the ground, they don't know what to do. They totally lost. So
Okay.
capoeiristas don't they don't want floor, no shoulders, no back. So they don't know what to do once they find themselves on the ground. They they get in a blind spot. Some gets very violent. Some gets very aggressive. Some lose the word. They lose their mind. What to do? So why not introduce the ground as something to step over it every single day? So hello, that's ground. That's the floor. Something that you use every day. So that's why I'm up now. They just a little bit for the capoeira, just to to give more information for capoeiristas about movement itself. You know, capoeira is movement. Everything is movement. Everything's
Y-
movement. The capoeira is very new. Capoeira still is adapting a lot. So there you see people spin on the hand, spin on the head, doing backflips. Imagine that 70 or 80 years ago, my friend. And people spin
y-
like 18 times in the head spin. And just did not happen.
Yeah.
So capoeira is still growing. And we capoeiristas, like you, we're still developing a lot and finding ourselves. So everyone that's coming behind now, we're gonna give the message for them, which is beyond whatever, never lose your identity. Yeah? And the ground can help you to understand who you really are. Kids, playgrounds.
Okay. That's
So
awesome.
they're gonna July. So July we have these events, and there's some other events. Instagram is gonna be like a lot of events happening there. Facebook. Everybody's welcome. You're all welcome.
Okay. Okay. And so that will be, what is the one advice that you can give to students or us student? So before we wrap it up and we finish, this will be the last question.
Advice. Okay, so my advice is okay. So as a student, when you do capoeira, you can be a very loose student or very stiff student, right? So let's put two bridges, right? Two bridges. On one side of the bridge is someone very loose, at the side someone very stiff. You're gonna always try to cross the bridge to see where you're standing, right? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you?
Yeah.
Which side are you standing? So once you cross it, you might find yourself somewhere between, right? So I think it's very important ways to keep crossing bridges, making bridges, not walls.
That's
Don't
true.
make waves, right? And that's the tip one. Tip two is never being a wood student, always being a rock student. Because if you put the hands on fire, you and a wood student, you get to the capoeira very fast, very close, very fast. You burn now. You burn and you cannot be useful anymore. But now,
Okay.
if you are a student, if you're a rock made by rock, close the fire as long as far as close as you want. And when you feel like it's heating up too much, you take time and then you come back again. You take time. So you're very wise, right? So just take your time to learn the things, have the commitment to the art form, try to find the direction of what you're doing this art form. Are you there just to clap your hands and move around? Or are you there to inspire yourself, motivate yourself, and give the message to the next generation?
Okay.
So love what you choose and respect because of the others. That's it. And enjoy yourself, of course.
Of course. Wow,
Enjoy yourself.
that's just pretty cool. And obviously we already have a bunch of advices, and the good thing about capoeira is like we can talk so much, and we can talk hours and hours and hours, and there's so much stuff that we can talk about capoeira. And hopefully sometime in the future I can have you again, and we
Oh,
can, yes.
that's what the people should know. I'm very young, right? I'm very young. I'm not in a situation of giving people tips. The thing I'm saying is just what I think. It's example which I give to myself. You know, it's just all the words I say is something that I tell to myself as well. That I write down my phone, I write down my books. It's something. It's very personal. It's that thing. So because I'm very young. There's so many mess up there. There's so many mess well recognized, very famous around the world, which has already the age to be a master, right? So I'm not in the position of giving tips. Everything I'm saying is what I think and what I do for myself, and it's good for me. You know, maybe be good for someone else. If my
That's
body
right.
can adjust, maybe can adjust to some things. You know,
Yeah.
information information is always good. Make our brand is amazing.
Yeah, yeah. And we just gotta be hungry for that information too.
Yeah. Thank you for
Um,
inviting me.
yes, yes. No, thank you for giving me the time. I know you have a really busy schedule, and I really really appreciate all this time that you are sharing here with us. And I hope I get to see you, and I know I'm gonna see you some point, and I'll be like, Mestre, remember me?
Yes, definitely. Everyone wants.
Yes, yes. All right. Thank you so much, Mestre,
Yeah.
and
Thank
thank you so
you.
much. Yes, yes.
Enjoy yourself.